truth and still lead with heart. Titi's House Podcast. La 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 la. Titi's House Podcast. La 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 la. Titi's House Podcast. La 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 la. Titi's House Podcast. La 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 la.
All right, my lovelies, welcome back at Titi's House Podcast. You know, this is where we talk about everything and anything and everything, right? From the news, from just current events and things that are happening in this world, just to talk about life, love, and relationships. So welcome back. Today I want to talk about, first of all, let me just say this, because Cardi B is just like doing her thing out there.
Why you say that?
45 million that she's made from her concerts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she's made about $45 million.
How much did she take home?
I don't know.
That's the other thing.
I'm sure she at a 45 million. She's the highest paid female rap artist to gross that kind of money.
Oh, I could imagine, because the only other person she'd be in comparison with is Nicki Minaj, and I think Cardi B has
surpassed her.
Nicki just because she has a TV presence and an online presence that's bigger than Nicki.
I don't know what happened to Nicki. She kind of fell off, right?
She started hating on Cardi.
People don't like that. Cardi the Barty gang ain't playing.
Yeah.
They will come for you. They ain't playing about Cardi B. You know what? I wasn't a Cardi B fan until probably a year ago.
No, for real? Not even the Love and Hip Hop stuff or nothing?
Yeah, I liked her on Love and Hip Hop, but I wasn't really, like, Love and Hip Hop New York wasn't my thing. I love Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, but I wasn't really watching Love and Hip Hop New York like that. Even though she was on there, I just think that she just, the underdog just came up. You know what I'm saying? People didn't even think that she would move this far.
No, that's what make it lit, though. You never know who's going to be the
next big thing, right? I feel like she surpassed all of that. And I just love, like, the support of her Latino community. Like, her family members, they travel with her. They watch her kids. I mean, that's just Latin culture. You know what I'm saying? We stick with our kind and we stick with our kids, and we'll watch the kids and all this stuff. But I just love to see that her parents are there, her sister, her cousins. Like, this like a family affair, and I just love to see that, man. Especially to see that from the Latin community. So much love. You know, I'm going to the concert on Saturday.
Oh, that's when Cardi concert is this Saturday?
Yeah, it's Friday, Saturday. We got Saturday tickets.
No, you gotta give us an update next week.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait. Like, I was like, I'm going to see Cardi B, and she is performing. She is out there doing her thing. So, super excited for that. Last week, I don't know if I told you, people was coming for me on the passport bros was coming for Titi, boy.
For real?
Yeah, they was just like, I was getting a lot of messages.
What they was talking about?
Just talking about, what's the big deal? But the thing that I don't like is that they put down American women as though American women don't cook, clean, and do the things that the women do in these other countries.
I mean, you're not dealing with women, though, so you can't really say
Oh,
what.
my God, but I am a woman.
Yeah,
and I know women, and I know American women that are handling their business. I think it's the caliber of the women that you're attracting. Because they was just like, it's a cultural thing. I know it's a cultural thing. Even myself, you're raised to, take care of your siblings. You're in the kitchen early. You're washing dishes, clothes. Your parents are grooming you to take care of a family and to be able to do that as a Latino woman. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean that culturally black women don't experience the same thing or other cultures in the U.S. That's how they make it seem. Like, we go over there because black women ain't doing this and the women in the U.S. ain't doing this. And I'm like, what?
That's what they were saying in your comments?
Yes. And I was like, that is not true. That is not true. Maybe
they just chose the wrong one, because it is about who you choose.
And I think it's generational, too.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Older women. That's why younger men like older women, because older women cook and clean. You're going to get a good meal. Your clothes are going to be washed. The tub going to be clean when you get in it. It's just, I think it's also not only a cultural thing, but it's a generational thing. right?
Yeah, I was gonna say that, and yeah, because what ages were the men that were commenting this?
A lot of them were like, I'm gonna say between the ages of like 35 and up.
Yeah, because I
So,
don't know. I think that
do you think women your age lack the experience of being able to be a wife, or you think it's like it would be a challenge for women your age? Because you're 36.
let's just say it took me a long time dating to find the one that I think is
That could be marriage
that
material.
could be marriage material. Yeah, it's
Really?
not a lot of it out there.
Wow.
Yeah,
So you
so-
feel like they do lack the experience
They
of
do like
being
that
taught
experience.
how to be wives.
Yes.
But do you prefer a woman that's going to work outside of the home and contribute, or do you want a woman to be able to just stay home and take care of the house? Like if you have kids,
If I had kids, I'd be fine with her staying home.
staying
If I
home
could
while you
afford
work,
to
if you
take
could
care
afford
of-
to take care of the family.
Yeah, or just get a
Yeah.
little part-time job, work 2-3 days,
Yeah,
Buy
that's
the
what I
things you
did. I
want.
mean, I didn't start working until you were like 15.
Get some little-
Like had a real job
Yeah.
when you were like 15. And I don't even consider that really a real job because it wasn't a career thing for me. I was still trying to get my degree,
Yeah.
get my master's degree at that time. So I was like 33, having a first real job, So I was just like, I was afforded the opportunity to be home, or I was voluntold
Voluntold
that you're
to
gonna be home.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you want to be home or did you not
I
want
think
to?
at first I did, but then
Because I was gonna say that too. It really is up to them. 'Cause they
yeah,
might not
it's
wanna
up
be.
to the man and the woman. But I think that I was coerced to be home, and it wasn't hard to coerce me because I'm not gonna lie, I had a allowance. My husband gave me an allowance every month for myself.
How much was your allowance?
Not gonna say that.
Well, okay.
It was enough to buy clothes and shoes
Yeah.
and
Because
stuff.
even if they're at home, they're gonna still want to buy stuff. That's why I was
Yeah,
like,
women need an allowance. You know what I'm saying? Like we're home cooking and cleaning, and that's a hard job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that a woman should have the opportunity to, especially if you want to have a child, like you should at least be afforded the opportunity to be home the first 2 years or 3 years, at least till the child starts talking, so that they can say what's going on with them if somebody's doing something to them. I really strongly believe in that.
Yep. And then after them 3 years, just take them right to Nana house. Take them right to Grandma
Yeah,
house.
grandma will take them. Oh man, if I have a granddaughter, y'all beat.
Okay.
Because you won't see her.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
We
She'll be gone. Y'all will be like, where is my child? Who? What? That's not your child. That's my child.
That's funny.
I already know. You know what I'm
That's good to
saying?
know because daycare. I heard that it's expensive as I don't know what.
It is
nowadays.
very expensive. I think when you guys were little, I didn't pay for you and Sean because I was home. But with Zaul, I wanted to work, so I had a job. I was working, I think probably like part-time. Your dad would be like, you don't have to work today if you don't want to. When you tell somebody that, you'd be like, all right.
I
Now
bet.
I wish I had somebody saying that to me.
Saying
You
that
don't
to
have to work today if you don't want to. What? I would definitely stay home. What do you want me to do? Cook, bake some cookies. I would do everything. I want to be in what is called a soft girl era. Not focused on career, but focused on just being home and taking care. Because I think a lot of times women, so have you heard of the soft girl era?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Just being motherly, like being more into like it's like when you're doing traditional, what people would look like as traditional woman things. Is
Yeah.
that soft girl era?
Soft girl era is like really just a woman prioritizing herself.
Oh, herself.
Like
okay.
you are just focused on you. You know what I'm saying? And taking care of you and no one else. You
Okay,
know what I'm
so it don't
saying?
got
Just
nothing
kind
to
of
do with
just
family then.
self-care, just femininity and just being, if you are, a lot of women are leaving those high stress jobs to be in a soft girl era. You don't want to be out here in that hustle grind mode all the time, trying to get up the career ladder.
No, so do you think that they realizing that they had it better before?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think a lot of women, especially women that are single and not married, and even women that are married and maybe have kids, like they didn't get the opportunity to stay home. Kids went to daycare and you still working, grinding, trying to, either move up the corporate ladder, or if you're in healthcare, trying to move up in your positioning at your job. Like that's a hustle and grind. So the soft girl era is really just prioritizing your self-care and focusing on yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like a shift towards resting and just healing. I mean, if things are going on in your life, you might have lost someone or whatever, and you sometimes when you're in that grind mode, you don't have time to heal or even rest.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just choosing your personal happiness over everything else.
So is this what hot girl summer turned into soft girl era?
I think hot girl summer turned into soft girl era. Mm-hmm. So it's also so there's key characteristics around the soft girl era and what it includes. Okay. So like I said, prioritizing your self-care. Okay, that's just shifting to resting, healing, and personal happiness. Setting boundaries with people, because think sometimes you got to choose to surround yourself around people that are positive, great energy. You know what I'm saying? People drain you. You got to set boundaries because people will drain the hell out of you. You need to be around people that love you, support what you're doing, and are on your team. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And networking with you. If you don't have that, it's like people will drain your energy.
So when they say in the soft girl era thing, are they saying, are these for families too? Like women who have kids?
It could be.
Like you can still be taking care of your family stuff, but still
focusing on yourself too. Yeah, you can still be focusing on your children. I think a lot of women my age that have grown kids, we are in our soft girl era. We are taking trips when we want to. I'm gonna tell you though, you could be in your soft girl era, just pulling out your black card. Boop. Uh-huh. I'm taking a trip here. Boop. Here it's $600-$700 here. I mean, you can land yourself in some debt being in the soft girl era. I'm serious because think about it. You're not telling yourself no.
No, yeah, it's yes to everything.
Hey, my girlfriends will call me and be like, "Yo, we going out of town this week." Okay, pull out my black card. Pull out the American Express. Uh-huh. Boop, I'm going. I don't give a damn how much it costs. But you can really, I feel like a couple years ago, when was it? Probably like 3 years ago, I was probably in my soft girl era, just taking trips everywhere. I think I'm still in my soft girl.
I was about to say, you got a tan right now.
Because I went out of town at last minute. That's what I'm talking about. Taking time for yourself and prioritizing and just being able to take. The beauty of not having grandkids and my kids are grown is that I can be in my soft girl era. You know what I'm saying?
All right. You got about 5 years of that.
So, women that are in their soft girl era are embracing their femininity. And I'm going to tell you guys this. It's also these women are transactional.
What you mean?
You ain't getting nothing from me unless I'm getting something out of it. Where's the trips? Where's the dinner? Where's the buying the jewelry? Like, that's the soft girl era. You want somebody to do for you.
Was it always like that even back in the day? Do you feel like or do you feel like internet culture?
I don't know, because I feel like it's maybe the internet culture now because
you seeing rappers doing this to, I'm just
flying the girls out and
like, that's
buying them jewelry. I'm just talking about buying them cars. Like, y'all buying cars. Wait a minute. So it's part of just, being pampered too. You're right. They'll buy them all kind. When I see that, like the rappers out here, like what's his name, Moneybagg Yo, buying Ari Fletcher. I think her last name is Fletcher, right? Buying her all kinds of jewelry and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, you pampered. You in your soft girl era. That's a good thing though. There's nothing wrong with that. Who doesn't want to be pampered with a luxurious lifestyle? Mm-hmm. Y'all buying jewelry, taking trips.
But is that something you wanted when you were younger, or is the internet?
I don't know, because I feel like I was married when I was young,
so
18 years old, so I wasn't even thinking about that.
You don't buy me a diamond necklace, I ain't cooking dinner
I mean,
for the
I
rest
got
of
what
the
I
year.
wanted though, and maybe it wasn't a term for it back then, because I felt like I was pampered. I feel like I got whatever. I would ask your dad for stuff, and he would be like, "Okay," like he would never tell me no. So I feel like.
Oh, so this has been going on for centuries.
Yeah, I think that's why. Honestly, I think that's why I pamper myself. Honestly. When you are used to getting things that you want, when you want them, you don't know how to tell yourself no. That's soft girl era right there. You don't know how to tell yourself no. You desire travel and leisure and just being the passenger princess. Who doesn't want to be somebody's passenger princess, right? But there's also, those are the characteristics of the soft girl era.
But go ahead. I'll let you keep talking.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, but do you also are there bad sides to the soft girl
I'm
era?
about to tell you what some criticism. One is debt.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
you just pulling out that Amex Black card every time you're going somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I want to say like 3 years ago, I'm going to tell y'all, when I got my bonus from work, I took I probably owed like 10 grand just from taking trips.
Soft girl trips.
Spending money on stuff that I want. I was like, oh, I want these shoes. They $1,200. I want this jewelry. That's $900. I want the necklace too. That's $1,500. Like, I was not telling myself no, but the downside of that is that you're basically getting, if you don't have the disposable cash, you can definitely end up owing a lot of money. There was actually an article. It was an article. It was an article in Essence.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I pulled it up. The Essence article. Yep, I did. So Essence, she's actually, her name is Jasmine Browley, and this was written in 2024. So this has been like a wave of soft girl era has been happening for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So she is a author for Essence magazine, and she talked about like just being overworked and just trying to just women feeling like they're overworked, and she was in that position where she was feeling overworked, and she started prioritizing herself, taking trips, just paying for extra stuff. Like when you go on a trip, let me get a $400 massage.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat whatever I want to eat.
Let me get the unlimited drink package.
The unlimited drink package, right. So they're all inclusive.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Because she just wanted to focus on herself. Mm-hmm. 5-star resorts. That costs money, right?
Yeah.
She was going to 5-star resorts. She said she just pushed for self-care. She did everything for nails, hair, just everything that she could do for herself. And she said now, this was in 2024, she said, I am figuratively paying for it. Because that means that basically you was putting everything on a credit card.
On a card.
And now you got to pay it back. That's what happened to me, y'all.
Dang.
Honestly, I came back. I was like, I had to take my whole... Do you know what that's like to take a whole bonus, to take majority of that and just pay off bills? And Sean was just like, you just paid off all your credit cards. And I was like, I just maxed them out again. I didn't max them out, but I was like, one card that had like a really high limit. And I was like, I was halfway through that limit. I was like, damn. Even when we was going on trips, this was like, I want to say the years I came home from school, which was like 2024. And I mean, we were going to Miami. I took a girls' trip to Miami. We were getting tattoos, Essence Festival. Like, I'm telling you, we were spending money. I was not the only one in my soft girl era, because I feel like my girlfriends was in it too. Because we were just doing whatever we wanted to do. It's so crazy.
Do you regret spending all that money, or would you do it again if you was to redo it now?
I think if I was to, I do not mind redoing it now. Honestly,
Okay.
I went to Panama that year. Like, I went to a lot of places. I was traveling. Went and took trips to New Jersey, New York, Florida.
You was gone every other weekend for real.
Las Vegas. I mean, I was gone. Honestly. But I found myself owing a lot in credit card debt because, and it wasn't just me. My girlfriends did too. Because, women talk about this stuff. Girl, I'm going to pull out my credit. I don't care. Concerts, expensive, lavish dinners. I mean, like anything you can think of. So I understood when this lady was talking about, man, I was in my soft girl era. But girl, when I had to turn around and Jasmine said she had to pay all that stuff back.
Yeah.
Man, that is a bummer. Because you really don't, you're like focused on paying your debt off. Thank God I get a bonus every year. I use that bonus, and I was like, I could have used my bonus money for something else.
For anything else. Or just even have waited till you got your bonus to go on the trips, or, so that you're using the money that you have and it's
Right.
not stacking up as.
And it's funny because usually I do a budget too. And I say I allocate a certain amount that I'm going to use to travel. So maybe I'm like, I'm going to take $3,000, $4,000 and just use that for travel this year, right? So that year, I didn't even look at budgeting and forecasting.
Like, slide the card.
Just swipe. And it was like, oh my God, you have to financially forecast for things. You just can't just be out here
Yeah.
all willy-nilly. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like that year, boy, recovering from that was a catastrophe. I ain't even gonna lie. Honestly. I was so like, oh my God, broken, because you have to come back from that. That's
Yeah.
a lot to come back from.
And you don't notice, like you said, till you're at the end and you really look at everything. You're like, I did slide for all that. I did swipe.
I did. And I'm going to tell you, it's stressful when you owe people money.
Oh, yeah, I hate that.
And even though you feel like you make enough money, and I knew I was getting a bonus, I was like, okay, we did good this year. I'm going to get a nice bonus. Then I got my bonus and I was like, damn, they taxed me hard. Then I was like, this is all I got left. I'm just going to pay. Man, I just took it and paid it all off and was just like, I have nothing left.
Until next year.
Until next year, right. So that's, you got to think about that stuff because I don't think we think about, the after effects of, being in the soft girl era, honestly.
Yeah, so what did she say concluding that article when she talked about?
She said that,
Like, did she say she would do it again, or did she say that she wished she didn't do it?
no, she said that basically, although, it was her own personal, she deemed it her own personal era of pleasure. And she said she often took like a reactive approach to her finances. So that year, she just lost the ability to track everything. And, she said after that, the recovery phase was just focused on watching the dollar.
Yeah, because it could teach you even to, it's like, I'm never doing that again.
Like not even buying new handbags or shoes. I've done that too, where I've gone through a period. When I first bought my house, like I put all my money in my house. I wasn't buying handbags or shoes or jewelry or none of that. Then when I finally got my house to where I wanted it, I was like, yes, now I can focus on me and buying some new shoes. So, you know what I'm saying? I think we're all in a place where we want to use our time, to the best of our ability. You want to get the most out of your time, right? I think especially, I always say live in the moment. That soft girl era, I'm living in the moment. Like I don't tell myself, when I see something, I don't know how to tell myself no. I'm the hardest. I went into a department store probably like 3 weeks ago, and they had these sunglasses, and I was like, I don't care how much they cost. And I thought they was gonna be like under 500, and the lady was like,
1,200.
well, these are $650, and I was like, my budget is $500. And then she talked me into it. And I was like, dummy, you let this lady talk you into it. And now you got to pay this back. But no, I did not use a credit card. I just took it out of my savings account.
Yeah.
I do that. Self-care is also financial care too. You have to be financially stable to be able to
do that for yourself.
Do that stuff for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And if you're owing people money, you're not financially stable. You're not able to do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I calculated how much I spend in just women's stuff, lashes, nails, hair. And one year was like $7,000.
That's crazy.
And I was just looking at myself like, you spent $7,000? That don't include nothing else but just
no
self-care.
I'm
talking nothing. I'm talking about facials because I go every probably like month and a half and get microdermabrasion to clean my face, hydrate,
nails
done. Now I'm older, now you're focusing on Botox. I don't do fillers or anything like that, but I do collagen. Like you're focused on all of this stuff. It takes a lot of money to take care of yourself. Honestly, it does. And people, I mean, it's like some people will do it and then you see people let themselves go. because it takes money
Because
to
it
take
costs
care.
too much. They're like, yeah,
Man,
you know
they're
what?
like, I don't want to do that.
Or they can't afford to do that.
They can't afford it. You know, it's a conscious lifestyle. It's a shift in hustling and grinding from the everyday to just really just focusing on yourself and not telling yourself no. Take that trip. I always feel like live in the moment because you don't know, you might be here today and gone tomorrow. Then
true.
what? Then what happens? You didn't get to do nothing that you wanted to do because you didn't have the time or you didn't have the money. I'm going to tell you, I'm one that I will not, there's a certain limit that I will spend on taking a trip. And if it's over like $2,000, I won't be there. No way. I can't do it. I cannot see myself spending $2,000. Now I'll spend $2,000 on a pair of earrings or a handbag, but I cannot spend that on a trip. It's like, people's like, it's the memories. My girlfriends went to Italy and spent damn near $5,000. And I was like, are you crazy? I cannot even imagine doing that. I don't care how much money I have. You have to set your own personal boundaries for yourself too, right? So I don't know, but it's a lot of I think that, you know, like I said, there's stuff that comes out of, you have to be able to set boundaries. I think that your mental health is important, and if taking a trip is like important to you because you need to woo-saw, I think that's important.
your
Pay the money and go
relaxation, yeah.
for your own rest and relaxation, and to disengage from your everyday life.
No, that is important though. It give you like a reset. You could come back and get back in that mode.
Yeah, because if not, you know, I don't know. Do men have a soft girl era?
Not a soft girl.
Not, but do
era.
they have something similar, do you think?
Yeah, it's called the man cave. We
Oh, is
go
that the
sit
extended
in-
y'all?
We just like to sit around on our off days and do nothing.
Oh, that's what that is?
Yeah, we try to do
Oh,
it
my
weekly.
Oh my God. I mean, people also, there's synonyms that come with the soft girl era too. It's called your healing season, because remember, you're healing or you're relieving yourself from stress. Slow living, where it's focusing on purposeful, unhurried life. So you're living slow in that moment. You're not rushing through things. I feel like in everyday life, we might rush through things a lot, right?
Yeah.
I feel like there's not enough time in the day
There's
sometimes.
never enough time in the day.
I feel like some days, like I work, I might stay after work and work even longer, and then I'm trying to get my workout in. Like, you have to prioritize what you want to do and what's important to you. And I think that's part of slow living too, not rushing through everything and just taking time to be purposeful. Because sometimes we're just doing, and we're not purposeful.
Yeah.
So be purposeful in all the things that you do too. Of course, it's the feminine energy, reclaiming, connecting with traditional, nurturing, intuitive traits, intentional living, being purposeful in your decision making, and then mindful contentment and just is your peace. If you have people in your life that just give you strife and it's just not peaceful,
Cut them off.
you got to. I think a lot of times we allow negativity in our lives and it's just not good. You know what I'm saying? Life is challenging already. That's why people, it's funny because sometimes people say, I wasn't brought into this world to be working hard and you know, I'd rather be able to just live
Yeah.
and not hustle for the dime or for the money.
Yeah, not live to work.
Right.
Not want to work to live instead of live to work.
Right, exactly. So a lot of people say that. What do you think about that?
I definitely support that. I try to stay below my means on everything just so that I'm stressing out about how to pay bills or anything like that. Because that, a lot of people, you know, people get themselves into them situations because they want that new truck or the new.
I think so
side
too.
by side.
We stay, you know, basically in debt.
Yeah, I don't want.
Wanted the next best thing.
I think.
One thing it's so funny because you guys are not like that. And I
No.
feel like I grew up in an era where That was like important. What you drove, what you wore,
Yeah.
what kind of jewelry you had, what you had over anything else. And you guys are like not car people.
Yeah.
You don't give a damn about no jewelry. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't care about none of that stuff.
I think because
Why
we
is
can
that?
see through how fake it is in our generation. We see that the people who are flexing that stuff, most of them are scamming people for it. They didn't work hard for it,
Right.
You know, so it's just like it's a lot of fakeness in our generation. So that doesn't mean nothing to us, especially to me. That I know people
Right.
who got on 3 chains right now don't got nothing but $100 in their pocket.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You
So
rather have your bank
I'd
account
rather
than to
have
have
the money.
right. That's the thing too. I think that people, sometimes feel stuck when you're in that grind and trying to get it. You're just stuck trying to get it, and you don't care who you step over, who you trample over, who you sell your soul to the devil to get what you want. There's a lot of people like that. I dated a guy that was an entrepreneur, and I think he messed with women just to get what he could out of them. Honestly, you mess with various women to see what you can get from each woman. That's kind of like, that's trampling over people and stepping over people to get what you want. You don't give a damn about people. You know what I'm saying? I know sometimes, I say that sometimes too. If I could find something that I want to do, I don't want to be a boss. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just want to chill too and walk away. To be able to walk away from a career and do something else that you love doing, that's the win right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly, you've won at life. Because a lot of us are out here just grinding to live. Honestly. I don't know. It's funny because they say that Gen Z, that's old, right? Gen Z, that these women, they're just starting their careers and they're like, we don't want to do this. We don't want to go into the workforce. I want to do Pilates and yoga and travel, and they have no idea. See, us, Generation X. Am I Generation X?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm Generation X. Generation X, we've been working our lives. Education, owing student loans, just to be better than someone else, just to make more money, doing all these things just to make more money, more education, pouring more money into things just so that you can make more money. It's funny because I was watching something where a lady was talking. She was an older lady. She was probably in her 70s. And she said, I spent so much money on my kids that now that it's time for me to retire, I can't even retire. I don't have the money. I gave so much to my children when they wanted it that I didn't put nothing away for myself.
Dang.
And that's true. A lot of parents, older, Generation X, baby boomers, you're giving your kids everything that they want. And then at the end of the day, they don't even take. She was like, my kids don't even help me with nothing.
Dang.
I'm still working. In her 70s, still working.
Probably because they've been given everything so much. They were spoiled that they didn't even set their life up to be able to help take care of her.
That's why I be like, I'm trying to set y'all up so that I know that if it ever comes down to it, I could live in somebody's basement.
Yes, ma'am.
We just put mom in the basement. I think Sean and Chelsea will take care of me, thank God. Honestly. And Zaul too.
Yeah.
I feel like, it's like we have adapted the way of life of Americans. This is what I tell my family when I go to Panama. Y'all don't know that y'all think we have everything, but we sacrifice so much because we have to work so hard to get it. You know what I'm saying? And we work so hard to get it. I would tell my cousin, you are a mechanic. You can go fix a car one day and just work one day and don't want to work again for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't have the liberty of doing that. I got to go to work every day. I got to wake up every day and go to work. It's totally different living in the U.S. But they think we have so much money. You know what I'm saying? And we don't.
But it's crazy. Then when people come from third world countries, they be happy to be able to go to work every day. Like, the Mexicans that be working in the construction field, they be there happy to go to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they get up, go to work,
Yeah.
no complaints, nothing.
So it's like,
because they're sending money back home to their
so it's
families.
like,
It's poor over there.
It's like, so what is important to you?
You know, I feel like everybody, back in the day, we used to think grinding is the way of life. Now, it's not the end-all, be-all to everything. You know what I'm saying? Hustling ain't the end-all, be-all to everything. If you got to, I mean, if you're in the corporate world, you working 9 to 5, whatever. Sometimes past 9 to 5, you know, more than 8 hours. So, you know, women nowadays, these Generation Z women, they're like, I don't want to work an 8-hour job.
But you know what's crazy? A lot of them be saying that they don't need a man for nothing,
Yes,
or
we do.
they don't want to have a family, or they don't want to get married or whatever. But they also don't want to work. So it's like, so what? How are they gonna fix that? Like, how do they? They have no choice but to.
Yeah. It's a lot of women leaving the corporate world and just going off grid, going to Jamaica and buying land and going out there and
But
just.
you gotta have the money to do that.
Yeah, and you got to be able to. You got to be able to do something
To make
to
money.
sustain that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I forget the girl. I think she was on TikTok, and she was living over in Jamaica. Her mom had land there, and she went over there and she started harvesting the land and selling fruits and that's how she's living. Some people don't want the American dream.
Yeah.
They just want to be able to enjoy, wake up every day by the beach,
Yeah.
drink a cup of coffee, and not have the chaos of being in traffic and, you know, rush hour coming home, rush hour going to work, grocery store coming home to cook dinner. It's a lot of women that don't even want to be married for that reason, because they don't want that married lifestyle. And men too. You don't want to have to take care. When you're a man, you have to take care of someone else, you know? And, you know, it's just a lot. It's burnout. People are burnt the hell out. I feel like that sometimes too. Like, damn, I'm burnt out with work. Like, I need to take a day off. A mental health day. I take a lot of mental health days. I just took one on Friday. Because I'm like, I need to take a mental health day. Sometimes you just got to walk away from things just to be able to say, you know, dang, I need to woos off for the day.
Yeah, some people can't afford the mental health days off though, because
Right,
they just
'cause they
got
don't
stuck
have-
in that debt of
Yeah, and some of them, honestly, some people, some jobs don't
allow that, right?
allow that. You don't have
Like PTO.
PTO or time off, right?
Yeah, we don't get paid time off,
You don't? Not at all. Man.
but we can take off whenever we want though. So it's like, you know, they don't look at us bad for needing a day off or anything, but we don't get paid for it.
It's crazy. It's crazy that, you know, I feel like my generation was striving for success. And now these other generations are like, I just want to do Pilates and yoga and go work out when I want to work out and be in the gym and not have to go to a job every day. That's why you see a lot of these girls are influencers. A lot of people are influencers because they don't want to work.
That's a job in itself though. That's stressful too.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why you say that?
Recording the videos, having to pretend to be somebody happy on camera all
Oh
the time.
my God! And then when things go wrong, people are like, "What happened?"
Yeah, and then you still also work for somebody because somebody's paying you. Them like they could hold your money up. I know influencers who then got caught in the system, and then like TikTok freeze their account and they can't get paid, and you're like, I was expecting to get this money, but you know. It ain't much you could do in them situations.
So you have to. I had some like cons against, you know, what I said was debt was one. You know, another one was exiting the workforce just to kind of live your personal life at your best, like living your best life with not having to go to work. Also being able to finance your soft girl era.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where's the money coming from? While you're living this soft, slow life. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times we focus over quantity of life, how much we have, versus the quality of life that we have. Some of us live great lives and don't need anything else, but it's always the quantifying the things that you want. I need this. I want this. But you really don't need it.
Don't need nothing.
You want it, but you really don't need it. You know what I'm saying? That's that mindful consumption. A lot of times we don't look at that like, damn, I got everything I could possibly want.
Yeah, I be saying that all the time. I'm like, my life is lit.
I say that a lot too, but it doesn't keep me from spending money. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. Like I still feel like I have everything I want.
She's
Like
like, but
I'm
it can be
successful.
better.
I have a great job. I own my own home. Like I drive a nice car. You know, the only thing really I'm lacking is a great partner. Honestly, that's the hardest thing to find is a great partner. That's hard. What do you think about that? Is it as hard for men as it is for women?
Yes, ma'am. You just gotta put in time and put in the effort to really. It take time. And then once you find a partner, it take time to nurture it. You know.
Yeah. I think that a lot of times, you know, it's, you know, we don't, we focus on meeting somebody that has money, or we don't look at the internal aspects or characters of a person. We're looking at what they have. And I think we have to step away from that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So here's some of the impacts of the soft girl era and the criticisms I was looking for. I could not find it. We know financial pitfall. You are in debt like a mother sucker when you come out of there. You are, you know, presenting a certain persona on social media. So people go in debt buying handbags and all kind of luxury goods to make it seem like they have it, right? Which leads to overspending and you being in debt. Y'all, I know I love luxury. I ain't even gonna lie. And then aesthetics. I like to pay for aesthetics. Going to see an esthetician. Can I get a massage? I need a foot rub. I need my nails done. All that stuff costs money. Also, there's another impact and criticism is a relationship shift where shit is transactional. You want something from me, I want something from you. You know what I'm saying? Men, 9 times out of 10, want to sleep with you. And the women are going to say, you want to sleep with me, fly me to here. Or let's fly here. Take me to expensive dinners. Get my hair done and nails done. That kind of stuff. Someone to take, you know, to take care of you and pamper you.
Oh yeah, this is what they made me think of when you were talking about it the first time. I was saying also a con of that is when there ain't nobody there to take care of you, who's gonna take care of you? How do you, if you're living in this softcore era and expected to be taken care of, if it goes bad,
Then
what do
what?
you fall back on? Yeah.
That's why I tell people, I was having a conversation with somebody today and we were talking about relationships, and he was talking about the relationship he's in, that it's been 3 years and things aren't changing. It's not going to change. Make a decision to either leave or make a decision to stay and make it work. What else are you going to do? It's funny because, you know, Ari Lennox has a soft girl era song. Have you heard it? Yeah, she talks about yeah, I'll just read you some of the words. She says, baby, that's $1 million in the mirror. Yeah. Step back, get back, can't get near her. Ain't trying to do nothing but look pretty in here. Hurry up and put me in my soft girl era. She telling this to a dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In first class, I ain't going nowhere. Nails, hair, rent paid, take me somewhere. Ain't trying to do nothing but look pretty in here. Hurry up and put me in my soft girl era. Like, that's what women want. That's the relationship shift where you want somebody to take care of you.
You gotta act right to get that.
What if she is acting right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
It take a certain
So her
type.
song is a real example of a relationship shift, which means focus on being pampered or taken somewhere. I want to be in my soft girl era. Pay for this trip. You know what I'm saying? Then there's critiques of consumerism. It's discussions on platforms like Reddit, social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook that suggest that the trend is sometimes criticized for turning a genuine need for rest into a shallow consumer-driven aesthetic. that's taking that expensive trip. I'm going to Aruba. I'm going to Maui. I'm going here. I'm going there.
Do it gotta be those places to get the rest? Like, you could go anywhere.
No, the girl said she was getting rest domestically in the U.S., but guess what? It was a 5-star hotel with room service and all that great stuff and massages and So, yeah, you could do it here, but it's still going to cost you some money. You're going to spend some change.
They got a massage parlor right there up the street in Buckhead.
Really? For what, $20 for a massage?
$100.
The next one is, another criticism, is reframing strength. The movement is designed to challenge the notion that a rigid, hard exterior is the only way to demonstrate strength. But you can't be in the soft girl era and be strong. We need to be feminine. And that means that being feminine in your soft girl era is basically women that's in their soft girl era. It's like being, oh my gosh, humble,
Submissive.
Hold on, I had it. Yeah. Being joyful and overall very feminine. You know what I'm saying? That means, creating your boundaries, nurturing your mental health, and just having just a gentle approach to life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, listen, I ain't got no problems with being in the soft girl era. I think this is great for women. Hey, we wanted the Me Too movement. We wanted to be out here making money like men. And now we're back to reclaiming.
Trying to go back? Yeah.
We're trying to go back to
retracting
the 50s, 60s, where the 30s, where you could just be a housewife and take care of the kids. That's what women want to do now. They don't want to work. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Y'all gotta make a decision.
Get you a partner. If you're single, do what the hell you want to do. If you're married or in a relationship, talk to your partner, because maybe it will. If you learn how to manage money, maybe you'll have the opportunity. Like you said, if I can afford to do it by myself, I'll allow her to stay home. You really, honestly, you really want your wife to stay home when you have small kids, because, you're able to nurture your children and spend time teaching them. I was home with you guys. I mean, Sean was reading before he was 3. You were reading. Y'all knew math. You know what I'm saying? It was like you have the ability to stay home and really pour into your family. That's a great thing, guys. Like, you have to figure out what is it that you want as a couple, or what do you want as by yourself. You know what I'm saying? What's important to you? I went to Panama City Beach this weekend, and I was like, it was important for me to just take a mental health day, honestly, just to get away, go sit on the beach for a couple hours. It was a 5-hour drive, we in the car, but you also just being with my girlfriend and just having those 5 hours in the car, and me and her just talking about just life and everything. Sometimes that's a stress reliever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to be able to talk to your friends is very therapeutic. I'm so glad that I have the group of women in my life that I have, because sometimes you need that. You know what I'm saying? Got to have the right people aligned to your life so that you are, have the support that you need. So, all right, guys, this is episode 66 at Titi's House Podcast. I hope that something that we talked about today, guys, gave you clarity or comfort or just a moment to feel seen. If today's conversation resonated with you, make sure that you share this podcast, subscribe, or even leave a review or comment. I've gotten a couple comments, and I love when I get comments. You know what I'm saying? So I get to go back and it's funny because people left comments on some older podcasts, but I went back and answered their comments. People are just starting to really look at it. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you review and share this episode with someone you love. All right, guys. See you next time at Titi's House Podcast. I love you guys.